Oh, hi there, big boys. Welcome to my review of Little Triangle for Nintendo Switch. This is a fun little 2D platformer with really, and I'm being serious here, really fantastic feeling inputs. The game just feels fantastic to play, and the level design is pretty damn good too. But here's my main problem with the game, to be honest. Sort of the only problem, really. I mean, mostly at least. It's game on casual. Well, you get casual mode and you get hardcore mode, right? Casual mode, super easy. I mean, you can die, but you can basically brute force through all the platforming bits, which is the entire game. So it sort of ruins the game in that way. But hardcore mode is way too hard, like way too hard. Like you literally get one shot by everything, so it makes certain puzzles just impossible, quite frankly. So it's like I kind of wish I was mode in between them. I think that would have made the game a lot better. But in absence of that, casual mode's fine, because these games aren't really, I don't know, there's not really like a, well, I mean, I guess if you want to play the game for difficulty, you can play it for that, but if you play hardcore mode, you'll probably be fine, but there we go. Also, you get these sort of little secrets stored around the map, which are, honestly, they're genius locations, and they make exploration fun and rewarding. This is everywhere, and this, because you get these sort of weird collectibles, because you get like invisible walls, if you can walk in, and you get loads of free stuff. It's really cool. There's loads of unlockable characters to play as well, so that's pretty cool. You basically play as a little triangle thing, as in the name. But you also can play as like an octopus if you unlock that guy. It's a bit odd. Anyway, campaign. Well, I say campaign. It's not really a campaign. The main game. There's 3 worlds, all with about, I think, 15 levels. Maybe, yeah, about that. Maybe 20. And they're all about 5 minutes long. I guess it depends on what difficulty you're playing, because I remember I was playing on hardcore mode with the multiplayer. On one of the levels, it took us about an hour to beat one level because it was that hard. But you know, I guess that's the goodness of the hardcore mode. Yeah. So there's also boss battles in each world, and all the worlds look different too. It's not just a standard thing. They all look different, and the graphics are quite pretty as well. But I'll get to that later. Levels have changed slightly for the co-op, which you can play. You could play like basically play through the entire campaign co-op up to I think 4 Joy-Cons, maybe 8. I'm pretty sure it's 4, and it's the game works perfectly in co-op, if not better, because of the fact that the levels change. So they end up, I don't know, they really highlight the multiple player aspect, because you sort of have to do stuff like one player goes to the left, one player goes to the right, and one player press a button, and then like go through it, stuff like that. It's really nice. I'd recommend the sort of level story mode thing, because that is just the main meat of the game, and it's very, very good. It's a fantastic platformer. The level design's fantastic. Platforming feels great, and it's just a lot of fun, especially co-op. Now it's also this thing called local battle, which is basically this arena-based gameplay where you kill your friends, your little triangle friends, with guns. It's odd. I wouldn't really recommend it, but it's there if you want to break from the platforming, I suppose. But it doesn't fit. It does not fit, because you just ram your little triangle with a massive sniper rifle or a shotgun. It's really odd. It's like Duck Game, but even weirder. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it, but it's there. So I mean, I can't really complain about more content. I guess it doesn't really hamper. That's not right. I don't know. Whichever word it is, sort of, the rest of it isn't affected by this, so it's fine. There's also this house mechanic where you sort of walk around a house, and you could sort of, you can basically see all your little characters you've unlocked in there. It's quite nice. It's again a small feature. You probably look at it once or twice, but it's nice to have there. Makes unlocking new characters more satisfying as well. There's also challenge mode, which is basically just a boss rush where you actually replay boss of the game, but you got to do it all in one go without dying. You unlock a skin for completing it, and it's a nice little feature to show your mastery of the game. But again, it's not like anything. If that feature wasn't in the game, I don't think anyone would have minded. Minded. That reminds me of a good old meme. Where we used to go. What was it? Don't know. Either way. Combined did. Yeah, because instead of combined, it's combined did. Good meme. Anyway, graphics. So this game's got quite a lovely cartoon style. It looks and fits the game's tone perfectly, and the environments change throughout the game, so you don't really get bored of the environments either. Quite a lot of assets, lots of lots of characters that all look super weird and strange, but that's the fun. Yeah, I say the graphics quite good, and obviously the game runs at 60 FPS. It's fantastic Switch port, honestly. Perfect haptics. You get these little haptics you get each time you jump. Well, rather land the jumps. It sort of even feels a bit like you just jumped in real life, even though really you haven't. And the controls great with the Joy-Cons, and multiplayer is possible with Joy-Cons. Super easy, no messing around with you know, inputs and stuff. It works perfectly. You can also do 4 Joy-Con multiplayer, and that's what me and a couple of other boys did on my birthday party. Well, not birthday, what about my party, which I had for my mother's birthday. But there we go. And yeah, it's just, I don't know what it is, but every single time I land a jump, it feels fantastic. It's really nice. And yeah, honestly, it runs perfect Switch. It's pretty much undoubtedly the best place to play it. Although, be warned, if you're playing multiplayer, the screen does get incredibly tiny. Well, obviously the screen doesn't, but the camera gets, you know, it starts to cover so much area because it sort of balances out the, you know, it shows the distance between you two, or however the players are, and that does cause a problem where everything's too tiny to even really play it. But that's only if you're too far away from each other, and obviously you can always plug into TV, which is fine. So that's pretty much this game. I mean, I guess we can talk about music and sound, which is pretty good. There you go. Nothing outstanding, but it's good. That's pretty much it, though. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would recommend this game for sure. Definitely for Switch. Less so for other devices. Also, should point out, this game isn't on Steam. Well, I mean, it is, but only in certain countries. Not the UK. It's available on Xbox One, I believe, everywhere, and I believe it's available on Switch everywhere as well, since I've got it on Switch. And yeah, I would definitely recommend this game if you're looking for a platformer game that's you can play multiplayer, and it's I mean, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't have any new mechanics per se. It just feels great to play, and it's just nicely designed. So that's this game. So thanks for watching, big boys. It's an important time, and bye.